Welcome to Podtendo's Top 10 list. Listen to the show, we'll explain it. I can't explain it during the opening. Enjoy! Hey guys, welcome to that very special, guys, look, we're coming to you live on recorded live on Halloween. Normally we always talk to people on Halloween, right?
Something like that.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Podtendo's Halloween special, where we're going to do a top 10 list of something. Ooh, spooky. I'm your co-host, Mick, and I'm joined by...
Tyson.
Cool. There you go. Welcome to our fun Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, happy Halloween. It's good to be here.
Yeah. No, it's just fun. I was like, oh, because it's a Friday. Normally our shows come out on Fridays, and because Halloween's here, but we had a show last week and a show next week, and we'd always be on Halloween regardless. So, yeah, damn. Well,
yes. We like being here. So glad to have you join with us.
No, and normally this is good. We're going to take a little more time than years past. I think Halloween is usually fast. Like, it's like a fast game. We did like Aliens 3. 1 year we watched an episode of the Tales for the Crypt for like the kids version or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, we kept it short. So this one we're going to do a little more content for you guys. Have a little more runway to go and go from there. So as the title says that you clicked on, today in honor, we did a bunch of top 10 lists in honor of our top turning 10 this, going into our 10th year. Pretty exciting. Just probably like maybe the intro said, unless I did like a spooky one. I probably did a spooky one, so it's probably good that I explained that. Anyways, you'll find 10 top 10 lists throughout our feed from this last year. And we're like, something fun for Halloween. We'll just keep going into top 10 lists. And obviously we looked at top 10 Goosebumps episodes. No, we didn't, because there's only...
Yeah.
Well, because all the good ones are 2 parts. So you'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, I'm going to do Nightmare, Camp Nightmare 1 and 2, Werewolf Fever Swamp 1 and 2, Haunted Mask 1 and 2. That's 6. So...
Yeah.
Which order am I going to put part 1 and part 2 in?
Yeah. And Goosebumps it's all right. But as Canadians, we all have a soft spot for some Are You Afraid of the Dark. So here we are.
Baby. Nickelodeon's very, very own Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yes, definitely more of a fan favorite of ours. And I think it's just regarded as a bit more of a mature, scary show. It's a little less goofy. Some episodes kind of creepy. So what we did today was, I would say I'm an aficionado. Went back, I've watched all the episodes, guys. I watch them all the time. Well, specifically, I guess, because we're doing this show this year. Although... I definitely had a pretty good recall of what's going on in this series, just off the top of my head. And that's Tyson. I was like, Tyson, do you know every episode by heart to make a top 10 list? And he was like, and I was like, okay, I'll just pull up the top 10 from IMDb. Yeah, that works. Cool. That works.
Yeah, we'll kind of compare what they're saying and what you're saying, and we'll kind of go from there.
And there's a couple entries here where I'm like, IMDb, I like it. It's a good rating, but I would say it's flawed, and there'll be a couple where I'm like, yeah, I don't know how this made it as high as it did. No idea. So, if you are unfamiliar or haven't listened to any of our top 10 lists, I recommend go back and check out at least maybe 1 or 2. Pick maybe a topic you're more familiar, interested in. If you're like, I never played the NES, then don't listen to our top 10 NES games. Unless you're like interested in getting into it. But if you have no interest and you've never played it, maybe start on the GameCube. Just saying.
Yeah. Or just go to one of our top 10 lists. There's lots of them. Pick your flavor and have some fun. That's all I'll say.
You go over there, but if you are unfamiliar, and this is your first, we go 10 to 1, because going 1 to 10 would be ludicrous. Who would do that? So what we'll do is we'll talk about an episode the second time it comes up on a list and go from there. I do have an honorable mention that we can kind of brief on. We'll see where we're at kind of when we get to that point. And I'm just more curious to see, like, what are your opinions on the honorable mention more than anything else. But from there, we will start with. Why don't you take over IMDb's roles? I'll be me. I'll start with. Let's start with your list. So IMDb, who do you have at number 10?
IMDb has Dangerous Soup.
An 8.1. So 8.1 out of 10, guys. It's got Nev Campbell.
Yeah, crazy. I was like, what? Nev Campbell pre-Scream? What is this badness?
Literally, it was she filmed it right before either being in Scream and then became like a mega star. So you're just like, okay, cool, awesome. And the doctor, one of the reoccurring characters, one of the two reoccurring characters in the series, Dr. Viva Vink, with a VV, not Fink, shows up and he makes soup. He has a gargoyle that apparently knows your fears, and he locks kids in rooms and makes them relive fears, and it turns into great soup. It's a stupid episode.
Yeah, I don't understand where IMDb was like, nope, this is an 8. This is better than most James Bond movies.
Is it literally just because the acting's really good because Nev Campbell's in it?
Man, I don't know. Sometimes I think IMDb is a little too generous with their scores. Like, this is a 6. It's solid. It's it's watchable.
Soup. Hey, you know what's scary?
It's
soup. Okay. Well, in case Grandma and Grandpa... Grandma and Grandpa would watch this and be like, oh, I like soup. Yeah, this is good. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
$100 per bowl. They're like, never, not in my life. All right. Well,
absolutely.
I did not put Dangerous Soup on my list for some reason, but I did come in with a humdinger of a tale with the phone police at number 10. Kid makes a prank phone call and ends up getting locked in jail at the phone station. What is it called? Phone?
But he kind of rats on himself. Like, okay, so the kid starts out making some prank phone calls.
Yeah.
And then the sister comes in and is like, oh, you guys are so lame making prank phone calls. Better not do that or the phone police will come get you.
Don't you remember Billy Baxter?
Yeah.
Anyways, I kind of like it because it does seem kind of, I don't know, as a kid, agencies, right? Agencies do seem more powerful, right? As an adult, you'd be like, a phone company can never capture a child. Like, they're just not coordinated enough. They're just people. But as a kid, right, like, you do think that agencies, right, like the utilities company, you're like, oh yeah, they're this big evil agency or something, right? So it does play a little bit more into just kind of a updating or spooking, kind of like a modern something modern in society, right? It's not just a ghost story. It's kind of like, oh, what if there was this evil organization? You're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Super freaky.
And it was one of those, definitely nostalgic, right? Like, watching this, I guess, pull back the curtains a little bit. We never had much cable outside of, a CBC, which is a local Canadian broadcast, and CTV, also a local Canadian. That would show, some American shows, but it'd be, cut up of this NBC show or this ABC show. So we didn't have a lot of access to TV when we were kids. But when we went and saw our grandparents, they had cable. You could watch your YTVs. Oh man, at 9 o'clock, you hear that creaky door music, and you're like, oh, I'm afraid of the dark. This is gonna be a good half hour before I go to bed. Yeah, awesome. So a lot of my nostalgia ties to at Grandma and Grandpa's watching a lot of these episodes, right? And Phone Police is always one of those ones that stayed up because Grandma and Grandpa, they had phones in all the rooms. We owned one phone. They had phones in all the rooms, so the phone could always get you. I don't know. It just stands out of my mind.
Yeah, I remember this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was just on a bunch or just kind of stood out to me where it's like, oh no, the phone police. But these kids make a prank phone call, sisters gives them shit, and then for some reason he goes to the phone company. Oh no, this random phone number.
Yeah, because Billy Baxter starts calling him. Yeah.
And then he goes to the phone company and they're like, do you know a Billy Baxter? Well, this phone number has been disconnected or shouldn't work because it's six numbers or whatever. And essentially rats on himself.
Yeah.
And according to IMDb, apparently this was based on 1984, where the thought police remove all traces of a person's existence.
Again, yeah, see, it's a modernization of kind of a more take. Huh, cool. IMDb rated this a 7.3, so...
Yeah, they weren't too high on not as good as Dangerous Soup.
we we honestly have to
So
get through
dumb.
4 entries in my list before we get to an episode rated higher than Dangerous Soup. So let's keep going. IMDb, who do you have at number 9?
The Tale of the Prom Queen.
Ooh, an 8.2, you say? All right, excellent.
Yes.
Well rated.
Again, still better than most James Bond movies.
Yep.
This movie where so it's a boy who befriends like a young girl, and they try to figure out like what's going on.
No, it's two. It's a
and
group of 2 friends. These 2 guys
friends.
meet this girl in a graveyard and spook her out, and they're like, "Oh, we just like hanging out in graveyards. We're gonna see a ghost."
Yeah. And is this the one where the one friend has a ring?
No, that
random ring?
you're thinking of the number 1. You're confusing your number 9 and your number 1.
I am.
No,
Yes.
this one is
Yeah.
they made this girl's kind of like, oh, we should try and solve this mystery of the prom queen. What is going on? They end up doing like a seance over this river and awaking the boyfriend who died, who was so sad that he didn't pick up the prom queen, that he like drove off a bridge, which is kind of dark. It's kind of a spooky scene with like these like bubbles chasing these kids on this river. To finally the where are we at? It turns out they woke up the boyfriend, and he came and picked up the prom queen. And twist ending, the girl they met was the prom queen the whole time.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. It's all right. The scene's on the. It's a fine kind of like ghost story, and it's a twist ending, right? Like as a kid, you're like, "What? She was the ghost?" And like again, cool, like bubbling water in the day is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
I understand why you put it there. IMDb, good job. For myself at number 9, I have The Captured Soul. Family goes on vacation, and there's this creepy Amish-looking guy with bad hair, and then he steals their souls with beers.
Yes. I remember this one a lot. It
Yep.
must have been the kid's terrible haircut.
Yep.
And you're like, this kid's scary.
Well, and like electric
I don't
mirrors.
trust him.
The shocking
Yeah.
of mirrors. That's what I'm like. Oh, like there was definitely a point where I watched that and I was like, oh, all mirrors are electric. You can't touch mirrors. So like there might have been a few days and weeks, years of my life where I didn't touch mirrors because I was like, oh, they're electric because of this episode. So
Yeah, very freaky. The parents start aging, and the kid's like, they ask the kid like, "Oh, where are your parents?" "Oh, they're around." And you're like, "This kid's up to no good. This kid's up to no good." Very, very freaky.
yeah.
And yeah, for some reason and the one girl keeps asking like, "But they're mirrors? Why are mirrors like? Why are they electric?" "Oh, just the old faulty wiring."
Well,
It's
yeah, it's a bit of a mystery that she can easily solve by like, oh, this is odd, or like, what's this weird random switch that says evil room in his bedroom, and he touches it and it becomes like an evil lab, and you're like, oh, okay. I don't know. It's I think kind of fun. Definitely an early attempt at, just, I don't even know what it is. Like his laboratory stands out so much in mind. It's just goofy. It's just like goofy tubes, and it looks kind of like the lab from like Casper. And there's like, oh, this is how you turn. And I'm like, no, that's just nonsense. That's just nonsense that Tim Burton made. A bunch of steam whistles and stuff. And like, that's how you make Edward Scissorhands. No, it's not. It's not how factories work. Stupid. But Captured Soul, I think works. Yeah, it's kind of spooky, kind of creepy. And he's like, oh. And there's like I really like the cemetery of people and all the dogs that he's killed over the years. It's like 30 dogs just ticked on this little thing. And I'm like, cool, great.
This kid's up to no good.
Yeah,
kid's up to no good.
Who do you have at number 8 IMDb?
You have Dark Magic here.
Yeah, Dark Magic. I actually have it a little higher up on my list, so we can get to it then.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't even like. I'm trying to Google it, and I'm like,
okay.
What is dark magic? So you know what? I will need some time to Google this until you get to what you...
I will carry on to my number 8 while Tyson Googles what is dark magic, and we'll see what happens on his computer. All right, so at number 8, I have the 13th floor. The awkward little sister, I think. I don't think they're twins. I think she's like the little sister who's just so bad at sports. Oh man, her and her brother play on the 13th floor, and then one time these aliens or a toy factory shows up on the 13th floor, and she's an alien, and that they came to get her. So that's why she's bad at sports, because she's an alien. So the 13th floor. I liked it in terms of just like, again, goofy imagery, kind of over the top, weird, like tall, blonde, Swedish alien guys, a very colorful, unique kind of standout sets. And then there's that imagery of her being like strapped in a chair, and I don't know, all the aliens kind of like looking at her through the hole. It really stands out as one of those episodes I saw as a kid, and I was like, oh, that was kind of creepy.
Yes. I this one's a little bit more sci-fi.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes
and I appreciate that.
Sometimes they do Are You Afraid of the Dark just as like sci-fi, right? There's a whole genre of just alien flicks, right? So this is one of 5 or 6 of maybe probably like alien stories.
Oh, and I just want to bask in this pastel backgrounds. Like that's that's just like stands out to me. Like you got neon lights, you got pastels, and standout we got Aaron Ashmore. Young Aaron Ashmore. And people are like, who the heck is that? You would recognize him if you saw him. You'd recognize him.
He's not in X-Men, but his brother is, right? Because
yes.
Sean Ashmore's brother, who kind of looks the same. They look very similar. Yeah.
Very similar. And he's like, if you don't get a Sean Ashmore, you get an Aaron.
Yeah. He's just like he's like a minus version of Sean Ashmore. Where are we at? That who do you have at number 7 IMDb?
I figured out what it was. 'Cause it's not dark magic, it's dark music. That's what was tripping me up.
I see. Because no. Is there a dark magic?
No, there's absolutely not. I tried to search it and I was like, what is dark? Like could not find it.
Oh, I see. Dark music.
But on number 7, I got Laughing in the Dark.
Okay. That appears a little bit higher up on my list, so we'll just move right along to my number 7 when we have The Door Unlocked. Actually, if you listen back to one of our earlier Halloween specials, me and Tyson both picked an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, kind of did a deep dive, looked at the morals, and this was the one I picked. So we had a fun little adventure about a boy and a magical door, and he really gets into asking this girl about, have you ever been burnt alive?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And it's just like, so, like, are you familiar with, like, fire and being burned alive constantly? It is so many red flags.
Yeah.
And this chick is like, I'm going to leave you alone now. And then keeps trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you run. If some man is just, like, asking you, like, have you, like, do you feel like burning alive? Just run.
Have you seen my little door? My little door show. It's just goofy. It's fun.
It's so funny.
Is this our first introduction to Sardo on the list too? So again, the other reoccurring character, I think he's like a Gary character. So he runs a magic shop, and it's Sardo. The accent on the dough.
Yeah.
Usually there's a bumbling kind of black magic dealer, and often sells children a fun little toys. So that's our first introduction on the list. Door Unlocked is a 7.5, and 13th floor also a 7.5. So
yeah,
again,
and starring a young Amanda Walsh. Again, you're gonna see if you rewatch this, you're like, man, I see so many bit players in this that I recognize them all.
Very, very much like, these were like Much Music VJs or something later in life, or like, they appeared in this show, or you're like, they were the love interest in like Big Wolf on Campus, right? You're like, that's funny, right?
Man, don't take me back that far. That one unlocks something in my brain.
Oh yeah.
And then we also have Joanne Garcia Swisher, who is, what else is she in? Oh, she's in another teen movie, which I'm like, and I think she's also in Reba as like the one daughter.
Okay, interesting. Cool. Sweet.
I don't know why I watched a lot of Reba. Life was simpler before we had Netflix, and just had to watch whatever's on.
CMT Reba was just like Reba for 3 hours. You're like, okay, I can get into this. So let's go, Van.
It's either that or news, so I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, okay. From there, though, that was Door Unlocked, which means we have to hit your number 6. So IMDb, who do you have at number 6?
Ooh, we have Shiny Red Bike.
Ooh, an 8.4. Oh, it's nice. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, this kid's like, my friend died. And everybody's like, get over it. Your friend died. Get over it. It's like, my friend died. I should have saved him. Yeah, I feel sympathy towards this kid where everybody's just like, who cares about your friend that died? It's like, man, but he died.
It is an interesting ghost story because it isn't more like horror. It's more deals with like kind of like loss and regrets, right? And kind of like righting wrongs. And it is like there's a lot more writing. Like this being, what did I say, is an 8.4? Yeah. Like in terms of what I would consider an 8.4, it's got good character developments. It is kind of spooky. It's kind of scary, right? Like the ghost is, you're like, oh shit, his dead friend is here. It has,
I could honestly see like this being like played out into a bigger story. Like there's actually like some character things going on.
It's a
and
creepy
like,
set, right? The dam, right, where the kids go fishing. This town that's just absolutely obsessed with fishing. It's a fucking fishing season's coming. I better get going. It's like, remember that kid died? He's like, I have to do waterworks today. It's fishing season starts, old man. I don't care about your job. I only care about my rod and reel. Okay, okay.
Yeah. And honestly, like pretty well done.
Yeah.
Like the one kid thinks that he's being haunted by his dead friend, but it's really his dead friend's trying to warn him that his brother is going to be an idiot, and his brother's crappy friends are like, just go get that thing over there. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll go do that. And then basically he almost gets killed until like the one friend who's tormented goes and saves him. Again, really solid.
Yeah.
Like actually like kind of like a freaky, not freaky, but like well written with like a good plot.
And
like,
this was a random, we rented this. Like we rented the VHS of this episode from the library or something.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like one of those like, oh, we watched it a couple times, right? But and you know what? At one point he has like a fever and he's not feeling well and he stays home. And I definitely feel like I watched this once on like a fever kind of stay home day, and I was like, oh, that was like too real. I'm gonna start seeing dead people. So let's move on from dead people to my number 6, the quiet librarian. So libraries, scary. What if a ghost was like, psh, stole your scream and locked you in a room to read forever until you died, huh? That'd be scary.
Yeah. I feel like the movie It, the library scene, it's essentially just this.
7.7 on IMDb. So again, we're not at Dangerous Soup level yet. Quiet Librarian, why it made my list. I find it is, again, it's a nostalgia thing. It's the moment when they realize they have to go get her notebook and the library is closed, and they end up breaking in and finding this dark library and this librarian coming, kind of hunting them down, stealing their screams. I don't know. As a kid, that was, I was dialed in. Like that really spooked me. That really creeped me out. And it just stands out for some reason. When I think of Are You Afraid of the Dark, one of the scenes I think of is them trying to break in, like jumping up through a window. I don't know why. It's just one of those things ingrained in my head. So I was like, all right, Quiet Librarian, you made my list. Good job.
Yeah, and solid. I mean, kind of a little cheesy where the one kid's like, I'm just a big dummy.
Yeah.
You said I'm a big dummy. No, I'm going to pout about it. And there's like these kids get paired up into groups, and like the boys talk first. And it's like, oh, you got paired up with so-and-so? Man, she's an ice queen. It's like, yeah, but I don't know. I think she's kind of cool. And then the two girls
but like,
obviously
what
walk
does that
right,
mean?
Right,
what does an ice queen mean?
means she's cold and mean.
Okay.
Where the two boys are like, then the two girls are like, oh, I got paired up with so and so. Man, he's an idiot. It's like, I feel like this is well written.
Yeah. No, like I said, it kind of holds up. There's like an okay story, right? Beginning, middle, and end. It's not goofy. There is a resolution. Both characters are somewhat likable, right? And it's one of those like, the bar on good and bad episodes is sometimes you just get a shithead you have to watch for 20 minutes, and you're like,
Yeah, you do get a lot of that.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, you're not a good person. When you're being tortured, I'm like, good. This one, likable kids, right? So they're fun. Where does that get us? That's halfway. Wow, halfway. So did the first 6. We're going to move on to IMDb. Who do you have at number 5?
We got Apartment 214.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is an 8.4 IMDb. Like this one, I think was actually kind of like one of the weaker ones because it's these mom and a daughter move into an apartment, and the one girl's like, keeps running into this old lady, and she just wants to have a friend. And the landlord's very Greek. I don't know what he's trying to do there. I can't remember. It's been
Yeah,
like a couple
yeah.
days since I watched it.
Could be a Greek,
and it's
sure.
very much like, yeah, it's just like, it's not great. It's not really scary. The one girl like finally confronts the ghost, and it's like, why are you haunting me? Because I died on this day, and you were supposed to be my friend and visit me.
I'm sorry, but like your summaries are terrible.
Well, man, that's just like it's
So
not a great.
there's a mom and a
story.
daughter, and they're like, and there's a ghost and a Greek landlord, and then the one girl turns out she's like, "Why are you haunting?" I was like, so, uh, yeah, a girl makes friends with a lonely ghost in an apartment, and then it's revealed, oh, I am a ghost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of sad, melancholy.
Ugh. I don't know who gave this an 8.4. This is like a 5 at best.
Yeah,
People sometimes who I think like, and if I look at these reviews, the only reason it's an 8.4 is because a bunch of people kind of rated it lower on the scale. But there's like, if you look at that bar graph, it's just showing tens,
okay.
and people are just like, oh, this is a masterpiece. Quite possibly the greatest episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And you're like,
is it as just as simple as like if the writing is like a twist, if you have a twist in the story that people are like, what? That like that's almost that seems like that's the bar for IMDb is like how strong is your twist. So this little old lady being a ghost, I guess, was enough of a twist to make it an 8.4.
I don't know, but let me read some of these. It says for the title one of the reviews, the 10-star reviews, is masterpiece.
Okay.
The next one is actually scary, actually sad. And another one is one of the best non-scary Are You Afraid of the Dark's episodes, but it's quite sad. It's like, okay, so is it scary or is it sad? I don't know. And the other one is this defined the series, and the other one is You Promised.
Now,
And I was like, okay, I get it. You watched it.
I was gonna say, it's one of those things. But did you watch this? Did you have the VHS of it? You know what I mean? Like, is there a chance that just nostalgia blinds you? Right? I'm sitting here and I'm gonna be the same thing. I'm telling you these episodes are great, and people are like, the phone police.
It's like, okay, this is 90s kids horror. Nothing's scary.
Yeah.
It's mostly just there for some laughs. I mean, I remember in university, me when I was like at home during the summer, me and mom watched a lot of like, oh, it's 9 o'clock, time to watch a couple episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And they're all on YouTube, so you can just like binge watch whatever ones you want. Yeah, this one being like an 8.4, sure.
Yeah. I okay. All right. Well, IMDb again. There's a couple episodes of these where I'm like, why is that rated so high? That was definitely one of them where I was like, I don't think it should be on there. Unlike my number 5, that's where we're at. Tale of the Dollmaker. I think this one also has. Who's the girl in this one? Is it also Amanda Walsh?
Great question. We pull her up.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, we got an Amanda Walsh
Appearance. Look at that. Cool. That's the second one. So good job, Amanda Walsh. Two-timer on this list. Girl goes to visit her aunt and uncle, only to discover that her friend, her neighbor, the neighbor girl, has disappeared. Only to find out that she turned into a doll, I guess. She ended up trapped in a dollhouse, and her friend has to save her.
And the aunt and uncle are very much like, yeah, they moved away. Shame what happened to your friend. Well, what happened to her? Truly a shame.
Yeah, truly. We're going to be as mysterious as possible.
Oh, we're going to be so vague.
I mean, she disappeared. Right?
Yep.
Really, that's what happened. One day she just disappeared. And, like, I don't know, how do you explain that to someone? It's a little kid that says, what happened to my friend? Oh, they disappeared. Well, where'd they go? We don't know.
Yep. Actually kind of a creepier episode. And the one girl's like, but she's stuck in the house. I've seen her. And to me, it's like, she's not worried about like, well, she can't get out. It's like, but if there's no food or water in that house, that girl's starving anyways. She's been stuck in that house
Oh,
for months.
I mean, that's one of those things where the story falls apart, like logistically. Yeah, she's been gone for a couple months now. She's disappeared, right?
Yeah.
She finds her in this dollhouse, and she's like slowly turning into a doll, and she's almost doll form. And the titular girl shows up in the house, and almost instantly her hand starts turning into a doll. But I'm like, but you have 2 months of turning into a doll before you become a doll, obviously, right? Look at Amanda Walsh, like she's been here for a bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the solution was you just have to get into the attic. So you're telling me like she was stuck in this house and she just was like, I guess I'll just become a doll. She's like,
Yeah.
I'll just sit here. I have no agency. Clearly, okay.
This is my life now.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I still think pretty creepy imagery, right? The girl turning into a doll. You're like, oh yeah, it's kind of horrific, and there's some type of mystery tied with this dollhouse and this attic, and I think it's pretty well done. To be honest with you, I was like, it's one of those ones. I'm like, oh, I would recommend this. Like, I'm going to tell you an episode. I'm like, it's kind of a creepy one. So
Yeah,
this
it's not bad.
7.9. So we're still below Dangerous Soup.
Yes.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, so the one chick was her voice was so familiar to me, and I was like, where do I recognize this chick's voice? Maya Villar,
Okay.
I think is her name. She plays Phoebe in the Magic School Bus.
Cool.
So I was hearing that voice, and I was like, "Okay, why do I know this voice?
Oh, yeah.
I know this voice
Sure.
so like it's grained in my brain. It's like, of course,
Sweet.
Magic School Bus. She's Phoebe.
Top 10 Magic School Bus episodes next year.
Oh, you know what? If we're gonna,
I like the
anything
one where
to
they
get-
learn about sugar.
I like the one with the bats and the echolocation.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
That's the first one that could jump into my brain.
Okay.
Maybe because there was like a vampire.
The planet one is
twist.
probably pretty good too, right? Where like they learn about gravity.
Yep. Good show.
Okay.
Good show. There's another recommendation. Some of the user reviews titles of Dollhouse.
Okay.
Hell's Dollhouse.
Ooh.
It was the house that got her. The Dollhouse episode. Most people think dolls are just toys, but when you think about it, they're really like perfect little people.
Okay.
That's a quote from the episode. I'm like, this is truly top tier writing.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. I think I would say production was probably more what held this than the writing. I wouldn't praise the writing. I'd be like, production, the set, yeah, cool. From there, though, that gets us 5. Okay, we're into the top 4. IMDb, who do you have at number 4?
We got Night Shift.
What? Vampire Story?
Yeah, very much so. It doesn't have that twist that everybody always sees coming when you see I'm a new girl. There's also a monster running around.
Yes,
You're like,
it's-
clearly it's not
No,
this little girl.
But like the payoff is terrible. Literally, they're like, "Oh, I'm the new girl tonight," and then she just doesn't appear again until literally the ending when she walks out and she's like, "I'm the villain." And I'm like, no establishment. Like, just went from hello to hello, I'm the bad guy, and I was like, all right, cool, yep.
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 There is like one scene where like the janitor kid, who's clearly like a kid,
Yep.
but is working as a janitor, and it's like, you better stop messing up or I'll get you fired.
Even
And
the
we're
main
like,
girl. Like, they literally make a thing. They're like, wait, you work the night shift here as a nurse, even though you're in high school, and you go to high school all day? And she's like, and I'm on the basketball team. It's like, when do you sleep? She's like, I don't know. She's like, I guess the writers didn't think with that either, so,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And the one kid, so I think, and this was like, there's a thing in my brain where I was like, where do I recognize some of these kids
Okay.
from? And the one kid, like, let's call him Felix because I can't remember his name. He's like in the basement trying to figure out what's going on. And there's this random girl that's like, hey, come over here. That chick is Alicia Cuthbert.
Really?
Who comes back later in the show, and I was like, "Whoa, this is
Oh, it's
wrinkling my
Hambone.
brain." Yeah,
That's a
Hambone?
if for some reason you listen to Are You Afraid of the Dark the podcast, by the 5th season, the one guy's just given up on the names of the characters, so he just calls Alicia Cuthbert's character Hambone. And you just have to accept that. He's like, oh, it's a Hambone episode. Yeah, so there you
Oh,
go.
that sounds delightful.
For
There,
only,
go.
literally only me. I imagine the crossover between these two although, top 10, are you afraid of the darks out there in the world? Huh. I was actually thinking, I was like, if I'm really ambitious this week, I could actually cut together the YouTube video, and I bet you all I'd have to do is just like the title card of the episode as we talked about it, and like just the fact the picture would change. I'm like, that's like as much as some YouTubers do.
That's more than most YouTubers do nowadays because I am being bombarded with my favorite thing is when people use AI generated voice and they mispronounce words
Oh yeah,
constantly.
yeah. I've had a couple of those too. Yeah, or it's actually lots of it's. We should just record ourselves talking, and then that's like most YouTube videos. So
Yeah, well, there was a Pokemon one off track. There was a Pokemon one. It's like, oh, the best Pokemon you should have, Gyarados, and you're like, you're using AI. I hate this. Downvote.
yeah, okay, all right. But no AI here, guys. No, we talked about all this stuff ourselves. I guess technically AI was in the last episode because I wrote the notes, but not this one because we have no notes. So that's good. Where are we at? We just talked about Doll Maker.
You're number 4.
Oh, Night Shift. Yeah, okay. Night Shift was a 8.5. So, okay. Cool.
Yep, it's all right.
Let's see. So my number 4 was, The Tale of the Super Specs at an 8.0. So I've just now got into the 8s at my number 4. Thanks, IMDb. Your awesome ratings. And this is one of the earlier episodes. Again, very nostalgic. Girl puts on some magical glasses and sees these guys in like black unitards. And then they just start kind of like fronting on her like b-boys at some point, and she keeps getting really creeped out until it turns out, Sardo's back, and they get trapped in a crystal ball because it was a different universe that she was seeing.
Yes, yes.
See, Tyson, that's the key to summarize an episode: is you just keep it as vague as possible.
Yeah, well, you gotta have the b-boys.
Well, they were like at one point she looks over and there's just and it's like a bunch of guys in black suits like playing basketball, and they just like stop and they start like walking towards her and they're like posing, and I'm like, what? I was like, I think she's just racist. No, it's fine. I have a black boyfriend.
It's true. It's true. She's not truly racist, but she does have some racist undertones.
Only a couple.
And they have the super specs that if you were a kid of the 90s, when you open the back of a comic book, they're like, send away for these X-ray specs. And that's clearly just a play on that. Yeah. So, yeah, good times. Good times. This episode is kind of like, it's goofy. This is like one of the titular ones. I think about it. It's not one of the best ones, but this is definitely one of those ones where like... when I think of Are You Afraid of the Dark, I think of this one and like the Dollhouse and a few of the others.
And I should preface that like my list of 1 to 10, I just went to IMDb and like wrote them in chronological rankings.
Makes sense,
right? So if I was to like make a list, it might look a little different, but this is just based on the rankings. I kind of like went through the list and just made it there. I just got kind of picked and chose. So they're kind of sort of in line, right? But sort of kind of not. So sweet. Super specs. Goofy super specs. IMDb, who do you have at number 3?
We got Midnight Madness.
Wow. Dr. Vivink is an episode?
Yes. Sure. Let me click around till I find it. Yep, Dr. Vink.
Yeah.
Who is like, there's a failing movie theater because everybody's just going to go to that newer, better one. And they're losing money and they're going to close soon. And Dr. Vink proposes like, hey, if you play one of my movies, you guys will do really good. I just need you to show my movies for one day. I want one day. It's like, Bob, just pay you for it. It's like, no, I want to play my movies in your theater. And then hilarity ensues.
He just has like it's just Nosferatu. It's just like a scary vampire film, and everyone like loses their mind over it. I'm like, what?
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen. You're like, I feel like you guys watch a lot of like PG movies.
I feel
this
like
is not.
Have you not seen Nosferatu before? Right? Like what?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Then. I mean, again, it's one of those things now we're like nitpicking. I mean, of course, it's just kind of dumb and stupid. But the movie comes to life because they renege on the deal, and the kids have to fight Nosferatu.
Yeah. And then at the very end, Dr. Vink is like, don't worry about like that deal, because I bought the place. We're gonna play my movies round the clock.
Dr. Vink is an interesting character if you watch the episodes just for him, because at one point he's like an old hermit that lives in the woods that tells kids riddles in the first
Yep.
episode, to he like makes soup, right? He's the dangerous soup guy, guys. Remember, he had a fancy restaurant, he was a
Yep.
chef, and then he's just like this like world renowned filmmaker. It's very fascinating how he like just he does very well for himself. We're going a weird like dark. What is he? Is he a magician? Wizard? Maybe he's
The
something.
guy that lives in the woods. He's an ethereal creature that keeps coming back.
That's the best way of saying it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was your number 3. So my number 3. So now we can get to the sometimes called dark magic, but it's actually called dark music. 8.2. So this is my first episode on my list. And number 3, that's better than Dangerous Soup.
Yeah. This is actually a good one. I've watched far too much of John Tron's
Yeah.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? So there's a lot of times where he will just say a line and then I just hear the bleep and it's so funny.
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, Mom,
like-
this thing came out of the dark and it said, "I want to suck your cock."
It's so funny.
I mean, the actual line is blood, but John Tron has it beeped, so it definitely sounds like cock, and you're like, what?
It's so
Yeah.
perfect. If you haven't watched that video, I sometimes just put it on and I just laugh because it's like this. The editing alone is worth the price of admission. It's so good.
Very much so. I don't know actually if I saw dark music, to be honest with you, until the John Tron video, and then it came out, and yeah, of course, I went back and I'm like, oh, this is definitely one of the better episodes, but he wrecked it with his jokes and editing. Like, I can't listen even to the song.
You can't not hear
No.
it. It's so funny. It's like the perfect like bleeps.
Oh, it's just
Whoever that was the editor or made those decisions, it's so funny. Because it just like has completely ruined and completely changed. Like, oh, this is like a dark, spooky, scary thing. It's like, no. Now all I can hear is the bleeps.
Yeah, I want to come out and
Oh,
suck my
man.
beep. So yeah, a family, mom and son and daughter move into a house that an old uncle had, who died of old age and was really rich, never left the house. Why? Because he has a demon that eats people in the basement that gives them stuff. And Andy ends up feeding his bully to it. So
Yeah, who is the most like 90s/80s bully ever. He's got a metal shirt on and like Kirk Hammett or like a type of like an 80s hair metal wavy kind of like I just backcombed the crap out of
Well, I mean,
look how hardcore I am.
there's like a point where his dad's being like, "You fucking piece of trash, you get out here and you scrub these steps, man. And my fucking boots touch my steps outside and they're dirty. You touch them, son." And I'm like, oh, he's kind of like a deep character. I see his dad abuses him. That's why he abuses Andy. That makes sense. To just, no, I'm going to fucking destroy your bike. Throw it under a big truck.
100%.
Why is that truck
It's like,
in the residential street?
and why is he not going slow?
Yeah.
It's the 90s. They didn't have safety signs.
Yeah,
They just encouraged kids to play out in the streets.
Yeah, it's true.
Just for such an occasion.
There was actually random side tangent we're on. Walking down the street, I see like it must have been new people moved in. For whatever reason, they stood out, and it was these two girls. And why they stood out was they were in the middle of the road playing volleyball. They were playing like pepper, just in the middle of the street, and it's like a busy street. Like it's definitely the busiest street in our community. It's kind of like the main vein, right? That links the kind of two major roads around the community together.
Yeah.
So people like fly down and like I'm scared to walk. Like I'm now at the point where I have to like turn my music off and like look both ways and wait and listen and go across the road. Like I won't even run across it quickly, because guys just fly. And now there's like these two girls trying to play volleyball, and I was just like, I think you're just being
Literally go to the park.
the park is
It's right there.
The park is a block over. That's the thing. I'm like, it's like either you're just, I don't know, they're 90s kids for sure. Obviously, those parents were hardcore 90s kids. Like, I just play in the streets. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, the amount
And
of
it's like,
road hockey games that I'm sure existed on, like, big major roads back in the 90s. People were like, don't worry about it.
yeah. Well, I also just like, if you're playing Pepper and there's like a bad hit, why would you do that to your knees on the pavement? Like, do that on the grass. You're going to have such a better time.
I had this.
Your joints and your knees and your elbows and your skin's just going to thank you. Don't play on concrete. Don't play Pepper on concrete. The ball itself is going to get wrecked, let alone like if you try to dive for something, you're just instilling bad habits. So I played a lot of volleyball.
Well, and like it's a big straight road. You hit the ball and you miss it. It just rolls down the road. Like you're running forever. You need some back. Like you need to be like, be humble. Oh, maybe I missed one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was Dark Music. Dark Music at number 3. That means...
Or Dark Magic.
Or Dark Magic.
Sometimes it's called. Yeah.
Stupid phone. That gets us to number 2. IMDb, who do you have at number 2?
Ooh, we got Dead Man's Float.
Okay.
But that comes up on your list.
A little higher. All right. So we'll get to that in a bit. I will get to my number 2, which is your number 7, rated at a big whopping 8.3. Wow, 8.3. And that is the first ever episode, Laughter in the Dark.
Yeah. Great episode.
Absolutely.
Great episode.
It is the tale of... No, not Ouija. Ouija's his friend. He has to steal the nose. What's his name? I forget. Little ginger guy.
No, I think it is. No, yeah, Ouija's the goofy friend.
Yeah.
I think, is it Josh?
Yeah, it is definitely Josh. Yeah, okay.
Josh.
Yeah, so Josh...
And we got Zebo.
Yeah, Zebo.
The clown.
The introduction, I guess quickly, if you're unfamiliar, very popular episode. Again, John Tron. I believe he also touched this episode as well. And
I think so, yeah.
And I wonder if, like, looking at the list, I'm like, I wonder if that's why they're more popular. It stands out. It's pretty early on. There's a haunted amusement park, or like a haunted house. It's haunted by an evil clown in this amusement park. A group of one kid wagers that he's brave enough to steal the nose from the ghost. He steals the ghost, then gets haunted, only to then make recompense with the ghost in the end by giving him a bunch of cigars.
Yeah, and it's like, where did this child get some cigars? It's the 90s. We all had cigars.
From early imagery. It was one of those early, I remember watching this probably when it came out. Like, we probably heard about this series. It probably was shown a couple times, probably saw it in the marathon. And it does have a couple horrific elements, right? Like, in my mind, I'm very terrified of this big, creepy clown being in my house. The image of kind of everything after the amusement park, right? Like, the haunted house itself is... I don't know, enough to scare me as a child, right? Some dark hallways. There's a dragon. Yep. Now, okay, there's a fire-breathing dragon inside, and outside the guy's like, yeah, this ride burnt down 50 years ago. And then you go inside, and I'm like, well, we know why, right? Like,
yeah, the literal fire that just shoots into a hallway.
Oh, I wonder if it was the ghost that was smoking. No, it was definitely the fire-breathing dragon. To the creepy room, to the scary Zebo coming out of the closets, and then more of the imagery kind of towards the later half of the episode of the cigars in the microwave, the smoke around the corner,
coming around the corner, yeah.
The balloon under the door, the footprint with the Z and the pudding in the kitchen, right? Those in my mind are like some of the scariest images. And obviously, I watched this as a child and stood out. But
clowns are terrifying.
Yeah, going back and watching it now, it's up there. It definitely should make a top 10 list. I don't know if it would be like number 2, right? Or even number 7, I guess, on IMDb. Yeah, like if I was to rank this, I probably would put it somewhere around like a 7, 8, maybe a 9, right? On an actual list. So it's obviously just higher because I kind of the nature of how I built my list. But I think it holds up well. There's some good creepy imagery, and like if you had a kid. Definitely one of the scarier episodes, right?
Yeah, definitely very freaky. Pretty creepy. I mean, one of the better ones.
Ouija does have a sweet hockey room. It's just a room that is painted kind of like a hockey rink. Like the floor is just white, and it's got a face-off circle, and the walls have boards painted to them, and he has like a hockey net. And I was like, what? That's awesome.
Yep. You're like, this is so Canada. It's like... how do we decorate this child's room? Hockey arena? That's the only thing I could think
Pretty
of.
Standard. My boy just asked for a hockey arena himself there. Oh, that's okay.
Oh, okay, there. Where do you get your hockey nets? I get mine at Canadian Tire.
Oh, that's a good deal. Right now they got a sale, 2 for 1. Look at that. You get some.
Oh, for sure. We
Can
play some mini puck in there. It's like, God,
Oh
so
man,
Canadian.
anyone that's like not from Canada, I'm going to tell you something. We have a store called Canadian Tire. Okay, cool. It's kind of like a catch-all store. They do kind of like a little bit of hardware, some like home goods.
They don't just sell Canadian Tires.
They don't
trust me.
just sell tires. But what they do instead of giving you change, they used to give you Canadian Tire money. So it was money that if you spent money there, you could like save up and only spend money at Canadian Tire. It's a real industry at one point. They don't do that anymore. They're onto apps. It was a whole thing of people like cherishing their Canadian Tire money.
Oh, that was the true Canadian currency. Was how much money did you have? And they would give you bills,
Yep.
and they were very colorful.
Yep.
It was truly a time to be alive.
Well, and your parents as a kid too. Your parents would give you these bills, and like you'd have like 50 cents. Like, look at all these bills I got. 50 cents. I could buy something in Canadian Tire.
Oh,
Wow.
for sure. That was a rite of passage when your parents would be like, "Oh, here you can have you can have the change." It was really just the Canadian Tire money.
At one point, our mom used to get gas at a very specific station because she got Canadian Tire money back, and we were like trying to convince her that if we washed the windows and filled the car for her, we should get the Canadian Tire money. And she was like, "No way, kids! That's my $1.25."
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So just going down this rabbit hole, I just went on eBay, and there's someone trying to sell a '96. Here, I want you to guess the price of what people are trying to sell for. So it's a '96 Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
10-cent
Okay.
bill.
Okay.
But it's the 75th special anniversary.
Uh,
How much do you think this person is looking for?
$170.
No, 2,100.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. And then they have another one. A 1 cent is currently going for 995.
Oh my god. So I have a drawer, guys. I have a drawer beside me. Tyson, how much Canadian Tire money do I have sitting in the random drawer at my computer desk?
Well, what do you have? What do you got for bills?
I got two bills.
Okay.
That's
are they the 75th anniversary? Because if they're the 75th anniversary, because apparently people love this. There's 100% seller with 100% positive feedback. How is this person selling 10 cents for two? Why buy Pokemon cards?
Yep.
This is the new thing.
I do actually
stop buying Pokemon cards, everyone. Buy Canadian Tire money.
I do have maybe one or two of the Centennial, the 100-year Canadian Tire 10 cents. I have two of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, if it's that 75th anniversary, man, people are, and this was viewed 5 times in the last 24 hours. So there's people are like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this.
Crazy. And like it honestly, guys, like now that I'm looking, I think I have little pockets of Canadian Tire money all over the place. Like I have a bunch in my car because it just comes out of your wallet and you put it places.
And well, if you have it, that's literally worth more than like Charizard cards. Because like a 25 cents Canadian Tire is going for $550. 1 cent, $995. 5 cents, $275.
Okay, now
like $275. And these are 100% positive feedback. People are just like, oh, thank you. This is what I need in my life. I need 5 cents.
I wonder where
here's $1,000.
I wonder where my 10-cent my Centennial is.
You better find that and put that in some plastic wrap, because that might be a retirement fund.
All right. So we have 2 more episodes to go. Now that Tyson's been... See, it's a Canadian thing, guys. We're really into Canadian Tire money.
You know what? And it's got 100% feedback. People are happy.
They're happy they spent...
people are very like, that's a fair price.
That's it. Okay, 100% feedback. All right, so 2 more episodes to go. IMDb, who do you have at number 1?
Tale of the Dream Girl.
Ooh, an 8.7.
Yeah.
Shogun. It's rated higher than Shogun.
This is the highest. 8.9.
Oh, 8.9.
8.9. This is, let me look at Lord of the Rings.
Oh, and that must be like a 9 something. Easily.
We'll see. Let's see here. Oh, 8.9. So this is the same quality as Fellowship of the Rings.
Huh.
Why make Fellowship when you can just make Tale of the Dream Girl?
That's
Oh
okay.
man, that is bonkers.
Yeah.
Apparently, like us Canadians, we just love this stuff, and we're just like, oh no, I remember it's the best.
So
Holy moly.
yeah. Okay, so Tale of the Dream Girl is we made our main character who's the maintenance worker at a bowling alley, which kind of seems like a chill job. And I was like, is that like lucrative? Because, okay, again, kind of cool. Being shit on by his boss, really, it seems like the only person that likes him is his sister for some reason, who also works at the bowling alley. Don't have parents. No, they have parents. But like I don't know. For some reason, sometimes kids just have jobs. They're nurses. They work in bowling alleys, whatever. Only to be kind of like drawn to this girl, and this girl in his dreams tells him to come to this midnight diner that appears at the bowling alley. And oh my God, did you know it the whole time he's been dead? He was dead. He died.
He's the dead boyfriend because he finds this ring.
Oh yeah.
And so this is where I got that ring from. So he finds this ring, and then he goes and checks out the graveyard. And his best friend, Erica, who's Heather from Scary Movie.
No,
to mention that.
it's sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sister.
Yeah.
So his sister, Erica, Heather from Scary Movie, the one like nerdy girl that everybody hates. She's like, they go to the graveyard, and she keeps like, but how did you know where this was? He's like, I don't know. I just had a feeling. It's like, yes, but how did you know? And they read the newspaper article about where the girl passed away, and then they do the thing where they unfold the page, and it says, oh, actually the boyfriend died too.
Well, I mean, it's one of the classic narrative, I don't know, good lucks, I guess you'd call it. That, yeah, the way they printed this newspaper is it perfectly says teen queen or something, prom something dies in accident, and it's a picture of her face, and if you fold it over, it's a picture of his face, and it says and her boyfriend. They have it just like perfectly.
Yes.
Oh
yeah, it's like
a Mad Magazine fold out, like depending how it changes the context, like depending how much you read of the headline, right? So just you gotta love when newspapers do that, right? It's just so nice.
Yeah. Couple notes. I was wrong. Joanne Garcia Swisher played Sam, so she was in a lot of these things. She didn't make her breakout appearance. She was one of the kids telling the stories. But yeah, like it's holy moly. This, that perfect writing is ranked higher. So 8.9. Here's some movies that it's better than.
Yep.
Avatar.
Sure.
Avengers.
Yeah, easy.
Inception.
Oh yeah, I don't even think about it.
This is better than The Two Towers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, all the Transformers movies,
Again.
Skyfall, like all the Iron Man movies, basically most of the Marvel franchises.
Like I kind of feel like IMDb just gives you credit if you have a twist ending.
I feel like this is just a Canadian thing, where it's just like a bunch of Canadians went on there like, no, this is one of the best things I've ever seen. It's clearly so good. And if we dive into the user reviews, just the titles, we got wow, period. 6 Sense, quote unquote, true love.
Yeah.
One of the greatest episodes of the series.
Okay.
Forever Love. I Don't Think I Can Stay. Brilliant and memorable episode. So it wasn't just me. Like, these are the titles. And all these are 10s. 10s. There's a couple 9s in there, but it's like, This is the most perfect thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Was this crappy episode about a guy who works at a bowling alley. The twist, oh, he's actually dead. Oh man. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, but there are terrible shit
suspicion
episodes. Yeah. Oh. And like for some reason the top 10 list includes, I would say, Dreamgirl, Apartment 214, and like probably Dangerous Soup. Prom Queen is like a toss-up, right? But in terms of just like, I think they're dog shit episodes. I don't know why they're regarded so well.
This is better than your number one, which I think is like, that's the best episode.
Yeah. Oh,
that's the best episode.
I mean, again, for some reason, this 8.9 is like a weird standout. The 8.7 that Tyson mentioned, Dead Man's Float, number one, which if you listen to our Afraid of the Dark episode from a couple years ago, that's what we talked about. That was Tyson's choice, actually. So he brought the best possible episode to the table, and like bar none in terms of scary, spooky horror that you could show kids. This is up there. This is probably like, yeah, pretty much the spookiest. There's like a scary ghost in a pool. You get everything from claustrophobia to like creepy images to
I still think of like, what if high schools had hidden pools?
Yeah, very much so. I mean,
behind old lockers. Like, to me, it's like that is just an instilled thing of the 90s. When I went to high school, it's like, does this, you'd go play sports in a new high school, I'm like, does this one have a pool? Maybe if I like try to move these lockers, like it was just a thing that like,
makes sense.
Yeah, this is clearly reality.
Oh, so you definitely think we saw this early. Man, how fucked up was that night? I wonder. Like when you were a kid, I don't know, under the age of 14, maybe 12, something, maybe even like a single digit, and you watch Dead Man's Float. You're like, okay, we're going to bed now.
Oh, I think I just blocked it out because like I swear I don't remember this episode, but I remember being like, this school probably has a hidden pool somewhere. That's a thing that these things must have.
You just like check out, or like literally just, you obviously watch the beginning because you know about the pool. Yep. The imagery of like something under the tarp, probably were like, oh, I don't like that. And then once the ghost started coming, you probably just like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Yep. Or the like, oh, let's have an inflatable raft in a pool. Like, again, I just like, that's a part of my memory. Don't remember the scary monster. So obviously I saw the scary monster and I was like, let's just black this out and think of Care Bears or something as a small child.
Yeah, that's smart.
So
well played. Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. This is definitely one of the standout above be all. It's a great episode. Very scary. Well done. And definitely deserves to be on top of the list, right? So that's probably the one, if I was to say favorite episode, Dead Man's Float, right? Like even watching...
Well, we didn't really summarize it. Do you want to summarize it for us? Do you want me to give one of my super crappy ones?
No, I think you got this. And I would encourage people to check out our episode where we go through it beat by beat and talk about it. So hence why I didn't... like this one and The Door Unlocked, I was like, oh, we've already covered it. But what is the summary of this episode before we get out of here? Right, so we're still talking. We're not going to rush this. What's the summary of Dead Man's Float?
So the super summary on this one, because it's the best summary ever, is there's a nerdy kid and a girl, and the nerdy kid is doing some math, and he figures out, it's like, the school should be bigger than it is, and then he figures out that there's a hidden swimming pool behind some lockers that the school tried to seal up. And then they reopen it because the one swim team has to travel down the road. The girls on the swim team they have to always travel to the swimming pool. It just takes so much time. It'd be so convenient if there was just a swimming pool in the school. So they find the swimming pool, but then they notice a smell of rotten eggs, and there is a monster that lives in the pool, and they boarded it up because the monster actually killed a kid.
I think the explanation is they built the pool on top of an ancient Indian graveyard or an old burial ground. Like
that is such a 90s thing. It was just like
Poltergeist,
First Nations burial ground.
They're like, wait, whoa. Poltergeist had a scary pool in the backyard. What if our high school had a scary pool that it was built around, I suppose?
In the school. That's the scariest spot of all.
And again, this episode's done well, but if you think about it, for 50 years they closed up a pool. Do you know how big a pool is? A pool.
Oh, and it's massive, and it's like the only reason they discovered it because this kid was doing the math to calculate the square footage
of the school.
And he's like, there's just a discrepancy here. Not that I didn't carry the one or something. There should be a big, like, you would notice that.
Yeah.
You would walk around the school and be like, what's this giant building? This massive building that is clearly here, and there's no way of getting into it.
Yeah.
Because anyways, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But then the nerdy science geek figures out that, well, if I use the special chemicals it might actually show what it is,
No,
and then
she figures it out actually. So it's well written. So the love
okay.
interest, they kind of do a squid pro pro. Like, I kind of like you, or kind of whatever. You're a nerd. I'm a jock. We can't be friends, but we could do like a scratch my back, I scratch yours. You teach me science, and I'll teach you how to swim. And she's the one that figures out, like, oh, remember when your volcano exploded with the water? We should use that chemical. So it's actually her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
But he
very
doesn't
cool.
learn how to swim, so
No.
yeah.
Well, would you learn how to swim after a scary monster try to drown you in a pool?
Yeah.
I would just be out. I'd be like, I'm taking showers for the rest of my life. Never touching a foot in there.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
And some of the actors, let's go through it. Some of the actors, we got like Margaret Finley, who's in D3, classic.
Okay.
And then the guy is, I don't know, he's not in anything important.
Oh, no.
He's in See No Evil too.
No, the main character is the main kid from Camp Nightmare from Goosebumps.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that Jay Baruchel, because
Nope.
apparently he's in this. I think he's
the brother that drowns at the beginning. You'd see little baby Jay Baruchel swimming around and gets murked.
he is in Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Kaj Eric Erickson, and then Emmy Castle is the girlfriend from Big Wolf on Campus, and it all comes full circle.
There you go. It's all there. So yes, that's so funny. Amy Castle.
Emmy Castle. I'm not good at
Literally-
I took French for 11 years.
You're literally
Can't
going to
speak
go
a lick of
back
it.
and listen to that Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, and that's how you pronounce it in that one too. You're like, Amy Castle? And I'm like, no, it's just Amy. Oh, yeah, okay.
Like I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. Took French for 11 years, still can't speak it.
Darn.
Thanks, Canadian public education system.
But
I'm
with-
so good at this thing.
But with that wraps up our top 10 list. So that is our spooky, scary Halloween top 10 IMDb's and Mick's own Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes. Oh, the honorable mention, the one I didn't mention. For some reason, did the episode, Train Magic?
I think so. Is that the one where like obviously they're on a train, but is there like a monster in the train?
No, it's a ghost. A ghost conductor captures a kid and like tries to get him to come onto his like ghost train. That's one of those ones that like really stands out. And I feel like Grandpa had like parts of a model train set, and I was really convinced that Grandpa was like an evil train conductor. Like it just kind of made sense. So that's why the episode was there, because like this train kind of partial set in the basement was actually like this evil ghost train. I don't know. It was a me thing. I was like, well, if Tyson remembers, we could talk about it. If you don't remember it, I don't need to tell you about my crazy things I remember from a child. So from that though, yeah, scary, spooky Halloween.
But just looked up Tale of the Train Magic.
Yep.
And one of the kids is Jesse Moss, and who plays the villain from Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Okay.
Classic. If you haven't watched it, give it a watch. That one's a good movie.
What was that?
He plays like this.
Sure.
The psychopath. Yeah. If you haven't watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil,
Yeah.
come on, give it a watch. That one's glorious.
It's a good one. That's a good one. Just like we had a good little fun, spooky Halloween here on the Podtendo podcast. Oh, baby. One of the books. There we go. Tomorrow's November, which means it's start of the month of Mario. So next month we'll do a couple Mario games for you guys. Now we survived this scary, spooky month. That was okay. What was the
It's a fun one.
You know what?
I mean,
very
like, this is
nostalgic. Very nostalgic. In terms of
Yeah.
like Bart's Nightmare, RE4, talking about Are You Afraid of the Darks. Yeah, very nostalgic. Very good job on us setting this up. I had a good time.
Yeah, it's a great time, to be honest. Like it's Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, Tales from the Crypt Keeper. These are classics. Like you put them on, just have some fun with it. It's just like cheesy greatness.
However,
if you grew up in Canada, you probably watched a lot of it.
yes, and I was going to say the only kind of downside is it's going to be hard to make Tyson do more Are You Afraid of the Dark in the future without us looking like episode by episode. So
I'm sure we could try to make it work because I'm always down for some Mario Further Darks.
All right.
If we did from 11 to 20,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
Just like
'Cause
slowly.
It can't be slowly work our way down to that last time we revisit it, and you're like, these are all terrible.
Somewhere in
I
the
hate my life.
30s,
What
you
I
just hit
did.
like 9 great ones, and you're like, ah, I see. It's, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. But with that, that ends our Halloween special. A longer one. Years past, usually a bit shorter. This will be like almost like regular length, which is fine, which is good because we talked about fun stuff. That's it. Done. We say happy Halloween. Bye. And see you guys next week for another show.
Yeah. Have a great one.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everyone.